everyone, welcome back to the channel and welcome to week 13. Yesterday marked exactly 6 weeks until race day, meaning we've just entered the first of 3 peak weeks. So sit back, relax, enjoy this video as I try and run my toughest week so far. Let's go. Alright, so it is Monday. I'm out for the first run of the week. I'm out for a nice easy recovery jog just to get the week started after a tough long run yesterday on Sunday. So just keeping it nice and easy and enjoying the extra hours of daylight, because today is the first day post work where the clocks have changed, so we've got an extra hour of daylight. So hopefully, not only is it more enjoyable for me to run, but it's more enjoyable for you guys to watch. Alright, so it's Tuesday, and you might have noticed I'm not out for a workout. So basically I'm not feeling 100%, so I've decided to push my workout back by 1 day to Wednesday. Be the same day as I did it last week, so it should be alright. I'm not taking the day off completely, as we're now getting to the peak of marathon training, so I've just got to get the distance in. So I'm out for an easy run. Luckily, I already ran 11k yesterday, which means I shouldn't need to run as far today. So I'm just going to keep it easy, stick a podcast on, and try not to think about it too much. Alright, the sun is now set and the park is now closed, so I'm just going to run my regular Blackheath loop, which is about 8 kilometers from this point, which should take me for about 16k for the day, which I'll be happy with. But as the sun is now set, I will catch up with you tomorrow, where hopefully we're out for a workout. Alright, it's now about 6 hours later and I'm out for the second run. I'm on my way to Millwall Park for a classic session of mile reps. Let's go. Alright, we made it to the park. We're doing 5 mile reps tonight with an optional 6th one if we're still feeling good. So I'll get over to the other side of the park. We'll get started. Here we go. Rep 1, starting now. Right, that's 3 reps done, and it's really tough tonight. Really struggling to hit the pace, but just gonna dig in and get it done. The sun's also set, so I will catch up with you at the end. Alright, there we go. That is workout done, and that was really tough. Pleased that's over. 6 mile reps, not really at the right pace, but just pleased to get the workout done and move on to tomorrow. I was just telling myself throughout the session that really, you know, workouts are meant to feel terrible, and very rarely do they feel good. So yeah, got it done. We move on to tomorrow. All right, it's Thursday evening. I'm out a little bit later than I would have liked, but we're still out getting the run in. And the plan for tonight is another easy run. I've done the maths, and if I want to hit my target of weekly distance of 130k, then I need to run about 15 kilometers tonight. So that's what we're going for. We are currently running through Greenwich Park, as I seem to be pretty much every day at the moment. But we're going to head down to the river and turn around and run all the way back. But sun's just setting, so it'll probably be dark soon. But it's a beautiful evening, so perfect running conditions. Right, I've done enough of running around the park for today. We'll be back tomorrow. Let's get down to the river. Alright, so it is Friday. I'm back in Greenwich Park. It's time for my second workout of the week. So today I'm going for 8x800s, and the plan is for them all to be under 3 minutes a rep. So just heading over to where I run my workouts. It's quite windy, and it's also nice and hot. It's about 20 degrees. A bit too hot really for a workout, but we will see how it goes. All right, it's time to get started. I'm already starting to get hot. It's just stood in the sun, so This will be interesting. Right. Here we go. All right, that's halfway. Pretty sure none of the reps have been under 3 minutes, but I just feel like I'm getting slower this marathon build. But yeah, just gonna dig in for today again. Tough session on Wednesday, tough session today. Just gonna grind it out, get the reps in, run as fast as I can, try and get under 3 minutes. All right, 4 more. I'll see you at the end. Right, here we go. Last rep. Let's do this. There we go. 8 reps. Really tough session. Running as fast as I can. So yeah, we'll see what it comes out as when I check Strava later, but I definitely put the effort in, so that's all I can really hope for. But yeah, I don't know, just feels like I'm like heavy. I don't know, heavy legs, heavy fatigue. Yeah, but I was saying to myself again, like I was on Wednesday, that, you know, sessions are meant to be hard, and that one definitely was. So hopefully it has the desired training effect, and then we just move on to the next week, next lot of sessions. Right, I've now got 2 or 3k cool down, and then I'll be done for Friday. Cherry Blossom's not quite out yet. I reckon give it a couple of days. Next week there'll be people stood there pretty much every day taking selfies. Right, let's get home. All right, good morning. It is just gone 8:30 and we are on our way to parkrun. It is a new parkrun for the channel. We're going to Charlton Parkrun, which is about 4.5k run away. Just run up the hill in Greenwich Park, and we've got about 25 minutes, half an hour to get there, so we should go right. Right, let's go. A bit colder than it looks this morning. It's completely blue sky, clear blue sky, sunshine, but my hands are freezing. Hopefully now, about 2k in, I'll start to warm up. Alright, here we are, Charlton Park. I can see the start line. We've got about 10 minutes, so let's head over there. Alright, so it is Sunday and I'm out on the long run. On the plan for today, we've got 35k and I'm aiming for 2 blocks of 8 kilometers at marathon pace. But you might have heard that, it's quite windy. We're going to be running down by the river. I've got Lydia for company, so she's carrying all the water today. But it just means that when I'm running into the headwind, I might have to just run to effort, and then when I've got the tailwind, I'll try and hit the paces, but we'll see how it goes. But for now, we're just on a little warm-up, and then when we get closer to the O2, we'll start a marathon pace section. So let's get over there. We're 5k in. We're gonna do a few dynamic stretches. I'm gonna have the first gel. We've got a mixture of gels today. So first one is a Morton calf. And then once I've done some stretches and got this down, then I will start with an 8k marathon pace. But absolutely beautiful day. Bit hot if anything, and maybe a bit windy, but see what we can do. All right, gel consumed, done a few stretches. Now it's time to roll into this 8k marathon pace block. This is going to be the tough one because it's going to be into the headwind. So I'm just going to try and hold the effort and get to the other side. It's only about 35 minutes of effort, so let's go. Alright, that's 3k up, 4:16 and 2 4:15s. So we're still on pace, despite the wind. Let's go. That's 6k. Time for the first shot. There we go. First 8k marathon pace done. Really tough into the headwind, but really pleased with those splits. They were all around 4:15, 4:16, within a couple of seconds of each other. So I probably had to work a little bit harder than I should have done, but hopefully when we turn around and got the tailwind behind us, it'll be a little bit easier. So I also managed to get a gel down in that section, so that's good practice for taking a gel on race day. Right, I've now got 5k easy, and then we will start again for another 8k marathon pace. Glad I'm not running the marathon pace bit here. Also looks like there's a fire over there. Alright, we're just coming up to where we're turning around. It's time for the next gel. Going for precision fuel and hydration with some caffeine in. Let's give me that little boost for the way back. Right, there we go. So we're turning around, and where hopefully this headwind turns into a nice tailwind. This part of the Thames path just feels like you're so far away from London compared to how busy it is when you're in Greenwich or even Woolwich. By the time you get out to Thamesmead, you pretty much got the path to yourself. So really good spot for training this, despite the wind. Okay, here we go. Second 8K block starts now. Alright, that's 4K. Still on pace. Time for the next gel. Alright, that's 6K. Still on pace. 2K left. Let's go. There we go. Second 8K at marathon pace in the bag. Whew. That was tough. That's 16K of marathon effort for today. Banked. Although I might have hit marathon pace, but the effort definitely felt a bit high, so who knows whether I've got that marathon pace in me, but for today I managed to hit it for 16K. And that's all I can do for now. So right. I've got about 27.5K on the watch, so I've got about 7.5K. Easy to get home, and then we will catch up on how this week's gone. Right, let's get moving. There we go. That is 35K long run done, and that is week 13 of training complete, and we're back where my long runs normally end. So I'll put you down and let's take a look at the week. Alright, so the week started this week on Monday with an 11K easy run, and then on Tuesday I had another easy day, as I just felt like I needed it. Didn't feel ready to do a workout on Tuesday, so I just took one more day running easy, and around about 17K easy on Tuesday. Then on Wednesday I had a double day where I did about 9.5K at lunchtime, and then I had a tough session in the evening which was 6 by a mile. I'm really struggling with my workouts at the moment. I really feel like I'm getting slower as the block goes on. I felt much stronger about 6-7 weeks ago as to what I do now, but you might have seen like every workout I'm just saying to myself, like, just got to dig in, Just got to get to the end of the workout. It's meant to feel tough. And that was the same on Wednesday for that mile repeat session. So I'm not sure, I don't think the paces were particularly great compared to, you know, previous workouts or even previous marathon blocks, but at the moment I'm just trying to tick the workouts off and get them done basically, and then not worry too much about the pace. So yeah, that was a tough session, but we got it done and we move on to the next day. So then Thursday I had 16k easy, and then Friday I had another workout at lunchtime, and it's the same story here, 8x800s. I wanted them all to be under 3 minutes, and I think they were all around 3 minutes, but they definitely weren't all below 3 minutes. But yeah, just take what I can get at this stage. We're moving into the peak of training, so take what I can get and move on to the next day. And then yeah, yesterday I had 10k easy, went to Charlton Park Run. I've done Charlton Park Run once before, and it was actually day one, the first ever running of Charlton Park Run back in 2021, so I haven't been there for a very long time. And I ran with my sister, which was nice, so she was up visiting us this weekend, and yeah, we went out and did park run together, so that was really nice. And then yeah, today with a 35k long run with 2 times 8k at marathon pace. The effort was maybe a little bit high. The wind's about 15 mile an hour today, so it's pretty tough conditions. But I was pleased that I hit marathon pace for pretty much every K. And yeah, that takes us to 130k for the week once again. Another good week of training in the bank. Yeah, we've got 2 more weeks of peak training left, and then we're moving into the taper, so things are starting to get serious. And with that, there's not much else to say apart from thank you very much for watching if you've watched this far. And if you've enjoyed this video, please hit the like button down below and I'll be very grateful. And if you want to follow along this series as we go all the way to the Copenhagen Marathon on the 11th of May, then please hit subscribe, and I'll see you next week in week 14 for another video. Bye bye.